The approval of reason is not enough to adopt an ethic. You also need the support of the heart. Hello to you and welcome to this third training unit, Ethics and Deontology, which continues our exploration of the module on leadership and responsibility. In this training unit, we will address the issue of ethics and professional conduct of mathematics teachers within the teaching profession and their impact on the quality of our students' results. What are the good rules of conduct to install to guarantee the success of your students? What are the habits to erase? Lies, slander, anger, slaps, fights, insults, whips, exclusion, reproaches, wrongs, absences, guilty relationships, marriages, accusations, explanations, sanctions, revenge, witchcraft, etc. We have all experienced it, yes, in television series, but also in our schools, as a teacher or as a student, as an actor or as an observer. Yes, let's face it, we have all experienced it before. Between us, what was your feeling at the moment that you experienced something that you felt was wrong? Were you happy or unhappy? Proud or ashamed? When you were still a student, did this affect your relationship with the teacher involved? How were your grades in this teacher's subject? Did you still enjoy this teacher's class? Was the classroom environment still the same? Now as a teacher, have your classes been affected by some act that you think is wrong? The grades of your students, the relationship with your students, your colleagues or collaborators. Were these consequences preventable or not? How do you prevent similar consequences from happening again? Indeed, as a teacher, what code of conduct can we follow to make our work environment pleasant? Because making the work environment pleasant, worrying about working conditions and adjustness are also levers to motivate and mobilize, says Didier Coe. In this course, you will see together the codes of conduct that frame the education life of a good math teacher through the ethics and deontology of his teaching profession. According to Webster's New World College Dictionary, we can define ethics and professional conduct as follows. Ethics represents all the moral values guiding a person in the exercise of his functions within society. Deontology, for its part, designates all the rules and functions that govern a profession, the conduct of those who exercise it, and the relationship between them and the public. But why are ethics and professional conduct so important? Ethics and deontology in society. In order to better regulate its activities and avoid chaos, human societies have established rules of conduct. That is why we have the Highway Code for the use of public roads, the Labor Code to supervise workers, the Code of Ethics for each trade, including the teaching role. Ethics and deontology in mathematics classes. The teaching of mathematics requires the adoption of a set of values capable of inspiring students, including intellectual honesty by showing students that you can make mistakes, fairness towards students, respect for students, social justice while allowing your students to develop their knowledge and skills in mathematics, respect for the texts and decrees that organize the teaching of mathematics in Cameroon. These texts and decrees can be organized into two groups. First, the code of ethics related to the exercise of an individual's functions. And secondly, the texts and decrees which organize the teaching profession proper. The code of ethics related to the exercise of an individual's function. Chapter 1 and 2 of the Draft Code of Ethics of the Cameroonian Administration defines the personal and ethical values related to the performance of an individual's functions. Here is a brief overview of its content. Chapter 1 presents the ethical values related to the performance of an individual's functions. Its Section 1 highlights the behavior the agent should have towards the public, Its Section 2 gives guidelines on the behavior of the public official in the performance of his duties. Chapter 2 deals with personal values. The texts and decrees which organize the teaching profession. In Cameroon, 3 texts and several decrees governing the teaching profession exist. Decree number 2012/267 of 11 June 2012 on the organization of the Ministry of Secondary Education. This decree defines the missions of the Ministry of Secondary Education and the specific mission of the Pedagogic Inspectorate, which sets out the responsibilities of educational inspectors. Law number 98/004 of April 14, 1998 defines the guidelines for education in Cameroon. In this document, the articles relating to ethics are Article 8 and 10 of Part 1, Article 35, 38 and 39 of Part 4, the new status of teachers. Decree number 2000/359 of December 5, 2000 and number 2002/040 of February 24, 2002. Good ethical principles are no substitute for poor professional skills, just as excellent professional skills cannot correct deficiencies in ethical principles. Since you have taken the option of being a maths teacher, you must be committed to the subject, enthusiastic and passionate about teaching mathematics. Let the students see that you enjoy doing your job. Be a good example in all respects to your students and to those around you. And most of all, value yourself, because by doing so, you become a role model for your students to follow. Because the approval of reason is not enough to adopt an ethic, you also need the support of the heart. As you know, coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, working together is success. Don't forget to share your ideas and questions in the forum. You can also go to the TTP Community of Practice platform via the following link in order to discuss with the members of your cluster. Alone, we go faster, and together, we always go further. See you soon in the next training unit.